Okay, so listen, yeah. Actually, I'm not sure if the audio is going to be good. Hold on. I think that the audio needs to be good for this video, so don't mind me while I just change my bed sheets, but I am about to give like a public service announcement and also say some controversial things, but I think they need to be said. Because now I should probably preface and say that I'm sure not everyone's like this, but I'm probably going to title the video this as well, so whatever. But like, what is actually the problem with brown boys? What's the actual problem? So we went to the event, right, and I'm a sober queen, so I remember everything, and I'm like just hyper aware or clinically aware of everything like all the time. But it's like, why are they so, one, up themselves, and two, like actually think they're elite when genuinely they're not? Like, just mind your own business and like keep it moving. Like, okay, yeah, if you want to make your move, but then when sis says no, sis says like go away, like it's time to go away. I'm gonna give a little anecdote. So I'm there, I'm just chilling, somebody comes up to somebody that I'm with and they're talking, and I'm like, oh well, like, okay, whatever. And then she clearly says like multiple times, like she's trying to divert from the conversation, so much so that we literally move like locations. This guy is still flipping going for it, right? So then I'm like, right, how long am I actually going to listen to this? So I let it go on for a bit and like I mind my own business, and then he's not stopping. So then I'm like, Baji, oh, flip knocking my Stanley bottle over. I'm like, Baji, she doesn't even want to talk to you. Like, I've been listening for 10 minutes. Like, what don't you understand? Then this other Baji jumps in and he's like, oh, I know how to speak Punjabi too. Hun, did I say you didn't? I didn't say that you did. And then he's like, oh, like, you can say it Biarna. And I'm like, she's been saying it Biarna for 10 minutes. We can't all be sweet. Like, sorry. And then because we spoke up about it, all of a sudden they were like being all like, it's like, if you can't handle it, don't flip and dish it, because I know how to dish it, all right? So I just felt like it was a public service announcement that was needed, and I'm sure that some people are great. These were not those people. And like, secondly, like people might say, well, yeah, like what were you expecting at like a place like that? But I think that's the problem. Like, less people who are of good character are likely to go to those places because they know people like that are there. But the whole point of the event is to like try and encourage like British Asians, or like whatever Asians, like South Asians in Western culture, to like embrace their culture and not be embarrassed to embrace their culture. But how can they when people be acting embarrassing like that? Correct yourself, okay? That's honestly, I think that's the most concise I've ever been in my entire life. Didn't even need to plan this video, haven't even changed my bed sheets, still flipping trying to get them the correct way around. But I think I've said what I needed to say. I said what I said, and I think I'm standing by it. Show me like one, I mean, okay, whatever. I was gonna say show me one person. I'm sure there's people, but the whole point is they're all in their head about it, and it's like, as soon as you say something, they start getting cocky about it. Don't say anything if you're not ready to hear like what somebody else has to say about it also. Just saying. Like, what were you expecting? Like, everybody's like gonna like throw themselves at you or whatever. Like, okay, you shot your shot, it failed, so flip him, walk away. Why are you still talking? And then secondly, you're still talking, so when someone else calls you on it, you're like, why are you getting so aggressive for? La la. Han, to see that aggressive dickiani, right? This Baji, he was doing too much, and then he started going like, oh, Tumish, what did he even say? I can't even remember. He was like, oh yeah, tusi bhi, or tumi, like, actually, yeah, he didn't speak very respectfully, but he was like, yeah, tumi 6 foot diyan, 6 foot uchchiyan, but asi bhi 6 foot jawaan hai, or something like that. And I was like, literally that came out my mouth, because bro wasn't looking 6 foot, right? But anyway, also beside the point, but like, for he's like getting vexed that I intervened, but then he's doing the same thing, like, fight your own battles first of all. And he was like, oh, be respectful. I was like, I called him Pudgy, right? I went, Pudgy, she's not interested, like, how long am I supposed to listen to this for? And he's there like, there's so many other words that start with P that I could have substituted that for. I'll allow your imagination to run wild. But I was respectful and was just trying to move the conversation along. Now, had he been respectful, that guy and the original guy should have backed off when he got told to back off, and the second guy should have said, as a respectful human being who probably has, if not actual like sisters, like cousins and stuff like that, that he wouldn't want somebody doing that to. Like, but if you're gonna be respectful, you'll get the respect back. You understand? Even though I would believe that, I honestly, like, Happy was saying, oh, you went in quite hard. I was like, I could have gone in harder, and I feel like I should have, because they need to know these things, because you don't see us doing that. Okay, again, don't want to overgeneralize, because I'm sure there's some females that do that, but you don't see females doing that to males. Like, you don't see brown girls doing that to brown boys, or like, or whoever, like, just do whoever when you're out and about. So if we can be respectful and control ourselves and like keep it moving, keep it sweet. I'm sorry, tusi kade gaur kade khadda nahi, like what do, I don't understand what you want from this. You get me? Do you get me? Like, just the way the brain works. And like, again, people will say, well, what were you expecting? But that's the problem. Like, I shouldn't need to expect something like that, because to go into an event like that, like I said, like doing fusion, Desi Western, like that is, like, honestly, it could be such a massive thing. Like, it could be such an era. Like, it doesn't just have to be like going to like nighttime events. Like, it could be like a whole like thing, like daytime stuff, whatever. But people like that, like, give it bad name, that it doesn't have time or like energy to progress, and like for people to like want to like carry on and stuff like that. Anyway, whatever. That was the end of my rant. If you, again, like, controversial opinion, like I said, but I'd love to hear like other people's discourse about this, because I can't lie, I'm sure that a lot of females are going to have the same story, and I'm sure a lot of guys are going to be like, well, that ain't me, or like whatever. So hate is going to hate, potato is going to potato, roti is going to rotate, or whatever Priyanka Chopra said in that one interview that she did. Bye.